Hello, it's Julia again. Welcome to my Instagram or my YouTube station, depending on where you are. Today I want to do a review of an Oracle deck that I really didn't see any other reviews for. It's not that well known. It's an Etsy independent deck. It's called Your Inner Compass Oracle. It's by Evelyn Terranova. It's called Finding Your North Star Through Nature and the Cosmos. So this is really a unique deck because it's all her art, which is basically what decks are, but she had these paintings and she wanted to make an oracle deck based on all these paintings. And she is a wildlife painter. She has had her art on stamps and other media that have to do with wildlife, and she is also an astrologist. So here's what I'm going to say about astrology. To me, astrology is kind of along the lines of Jungian archetypes, except it's with ancient Roman and Greek ideas of constellations and houses. So this oracle is really unique because the first has 45 cards, and the first 12 cards are actually called stargates. They are the astrology signs, and then the rest of the cards they correspond to a phase of the moon. I actually like this. I think this is a really interesting structure to meditate to, really important archetypes within Wicca for people who aren't Wiccan. It's a good way to kind of visualize and compartmentalize your thoughts when you're trying to meditate and approach a problem. And it's why I got the deck. The deck was originally a Kickstarter project. It was not funded, which surprised me because the images are really beautiful and the idea is really beautiful. She obviously put a lot of thought into it. I have a couple theories about why it wasn't really funded, why people didn't get as enthusiastically behind it as they do other decks, which to me have less of an art quality. I want to start with how I got it. So she sent everything in this little bag. I like bags. I prefer bags over boxes, so that was cool. She sent me a little personal letter. I'm not going to read the letter because I don't have time. But nice personal touch. And then in the bag, so the letter was included the guidebook. And of course, the cards. They are large cards, but it's a nice flexible card stock, and the size is good for the paintings because these are all oil paintings. The guidebook, I actually like that it has little, what is that, spiral bound. It makes it easier. It makes it flat. I think some people would think this is cheap looking. I actually like this. It also reminds me of this birding field journal I have, so it kind of goes along with the nature theme. So I want to read a little bit about kind of the guidebook. So let's see. The 8 lunar phases. The moon is long known for reflection and for representing changing circumstances. There are 8 phases of the moon. When mapped out, they look like a compass in a 360-degree circle. The lunar phases are based on the distance between the moon and the sun. The phases describe a stage of growth in life. Each month we experience all 8 phases as the moon travels from one new moon to the next. If you pay attention to the monthly cycles, you may notice the ebbs and flows in your life. Every lunar phase has a different wisdom to offer. Here's a diagram and keywords for you. They will be woven into the text of each card. You know, I've mentioned how, for me, the seasons and the cycle of the moon balanced me out when I was manic and depressed years ago. I've been doing this for 15 years. And so when I read this deck, had that structure, I was really excited about it. And I love this first paragraph. In nature, think back through the ages of time. Envision the night sky as a replacement for the internet or for your current smartphone. The stars within the constellations and the elements around you are the fuel for myth, poetry, and the archetypes in your life. The 12 signs of the zodiac are the stargates in your inner compass oracle. Think of them as a gate of energy open to you at this very moment with archetypal support. Cards 13 through 45 are earth messengers. So that is, and there's a little more, and I really like that she gives that information, but that describes how this deck is built and how it's meant to be used. So she has some spread suggestions, and then the first ones are the stargates. And she starts out like with the description here and the picture of the card, and then she has artist notes. So I am going to start going through the cards. It's a little sign card. And we're going to start with the stargates. It's basically your astrology sign. So hold on. I'm going to go through each. Let me just, I want to make sure I get them right. So I'm going to kind of, okay. So this is the Stargate of Aries. This is the Stargate of Taurus. And each Stargate, she has like a little, like I said, a little blurb. I love and now I want to talk about the art. This is amazing creative art. I love, with the Stargates, everything is in space. And for hummingbirds in space, you know, you can't really ask for more than that. Cancer. Little hermit crab. Leo. There's my sign. And it's funny because, you know, even people who don't necessarily believe in astrology find something valuable about it. Because there's always people who, you know, are like, oh, well, that's funny because I'm a Virgo. Even though they don't necessarily believe in astrology, there's something about it that still captures our imagination and the ways that we meditate and think about things. So that is Virgo. Libra. Little mott. So for Scorpio, she used the lesser used correspondence, which is the eagle. I love this. It's probably my favorite one, even though I'm a Leo. Sagittarius. So my Capricorn, my theory, let me get through these first. That one is Aquarius. And then Pisces with the salmon. I love this. This is my second favorite after Sagittarius. This bear coming out of like a wormhole going after salmon. My thoughts that this didn't get as much support as it should have on Kickstarter is because it's very dark. They're dark in terms of the coloring and the brown borders and the brown backs. I personally like that. To me, it's very nature and grounded. You know, but a lot of people might not like that. I know people are very picky about borders and don't really like dark borders or any borders, but it's really easy to cut, to like trim the borders if you want to, which is a common thing. But I like them. They also look like a frame for the painting. So now I'm going to go into the Earth Messengers. So this is new moon. So all of these correspond with the new moon. So if you're trying to do something with beginnings, there are several cards. You know, you can pick the card out and meditate on it, or just pick one of those three. There's a lot of ways you can use that, and that's how I did my reading. You know, or you can do whatever moon phase you're in to try and meditate in that way. It's really creative. It's, you know, a lot of people are like, what's the point of oracle decks? They just seem like affirmations. They're not structured, but this is a structured deck with really cool oil paintings as art. So this is the Earth Messenger of Faces. The Earth Messenger of Blowing Bubbles. So remember, this is all the new moon phase, which corresponds to emerging beginnings. So she has all of this correspondence, so that's really cool. So then this is the Earth Messenger of Energizing. I love the elephant. And this was apparently based on when she was in Africa and a male elephant charged her car. Scary. Okay. The Earth Messenger of Spontaneity. Little baby swans, cygnets. Okay, now we're in the crescent moon phase, which is 45 degrees. Sorry, I'm kind of looking at the book. And that is expanding, a sprout breaking out. So, and you can kind of see how the paintings correspond to that. This is the Earth Messenger of Learning. She looks like a tough love mom. I like her. Earth Messenger of Magic. There's a hawk. And these are based on photographs or compilation of photographs that she's taken throughout the years. Earth Messenger of Curiosity. Not have my face like, ooh. That was probably disturbing to you. The Earth Messenger of Find Your Voice. And again, like the Stargates, she has the description and the picture and artist notes, which are interesting. Now we're in the fourth quarter moon, 90 degrees, which is the need for action, process of moving forward. This is probably my favorite card, the Earth Messenger of Ancestors. So because there aren't any words, it's also, the meanings are flexible. Like this card would be good for intergenerational trauma, meditating to that and dealing with that. Earth Messenger of Taking the Steps. Earth Messenger of Vision. The camera really likes these cards compared to like other cards. The Earth Messenger of Immersion. I actually drew this card when I was meditating, and I kind of reminded or immersed myself in nature and in my exercise. So this is, now we're on the gibbous, is that how you pronounce it? Moon phase 135 degrees. Which stands for, I lost the page, overcoming speed bumps, refining, and perfecting. The Earth Messenger of Your Wings. I love, some of my favorite cards are with like this kind of space background. This is a Tundra Swan. Earth's Messenger of Break to Assess. Chipmunk. Cute. The Earth Messenger of Gentleness. Nothing looks more gentle than a doe. The Earth Messenger of Simplify. Gorgeous landscape. Now we're at the full moon. So the full moon is fulfillment and illumination. So, the Earth Messenger of Interconnectedness. She's an eagle, bear. I also think these cards, you know, they have like what I'll call like a heavy energy. Like, they're not like a light and fluffy oracle cards, or like they really cause you to think. And they might not go with other decks as well because they're so intense on their own. But that could be good. You know, that's a good thing. And there are decks out there you can use them for, but other people may have seen that and like they really are their own entities. The Earth Message of Socialization. Love the Monarchs. The Earth Messenger of Flowering. Hummingbird. The Earth Messenger of Renewal. I love this card. This is not a photograph, obviously. It's born out of her imagination and the fact that a lot of Eastern phoenixes were based on pheasants. So now we are in the Disseminating Moon 225 degrees, which stands for demonstrating what you have begun and spreading. I need to go a little faster. So this is Earth Messenger of Higher Knowledge. Earth Messenger of Soaring Spirit. Earth Messenger of the Rainbow Bridge. Earth Messenger of the Western Lotus. Again, that space theme. Now we're in the last quarter moon phase, 270 degrees. Earth Messenger of Changing Circumstances. Earth Messenger of the River of Life. Earth Messenger of Impertinence. Trying to get through 15. Earth Messenger of Reorientation. I love that concept. So I'm just going to kind of the rest of the cards because I like to keep it under 15 minutes. I love this. This is the Cosmic Fisherman. This is the last card. This is probably my second favorite card. So anyway, so that is The Inner Compass Oracle, as you see, I'm almost ran out of time. I like to put my videos on Instagram. It's on Etsy by Evelyn Terranova.